Welcome to AMZ News. Hello, my name is Tristan Turk, and we are here live bringing you some disturbing news. It is early morning in London, next to Mr. Edward Hyde's residence, when we not only heard, but witnessed a disturbing sight. The famed mad scientist, Dr. Jekyll, was heard screaming in agony after inviting over his friend and longtime lawyer, Mr. Utterson. The two were casually walking down the street when suddenly they entered into the house of Mr. Edward Hyde. Inside of this residence, news reporters found out there were some strange noises coming from inside, as long as a long silence after the noise was being made. Upon hearing the screams, we went to go investigate on the mysterious sounds coming from the window. From the front lines, a reporter was mentioned and seen at the site. Here were his exact words. He said, "I was here on the streets of London when just moments ago we witnessed a terrifying scene. It all started out as a normal conversation between the two fellows. It then happened. We heard a scream and then pure silence. The camera crew went up to the window to check and see what was occurring in the building, but they fled in terror, dropped the camera, and the camera was smashed in the accident. We have no idea what these men saw, but whatever it was disturbing enough to make them flee in terror." The footage that they were able to capture, however, showed a strange man looking very disturbing. He was creeping over, they said that he had some type of robe on him. So we have no idea what happened inside, whether or not something bad occurred, but all we do know is that from what we can understand, there is a monster on the loose. It seems that from the shock that Utterson, he watched in awe as a creature stood in front of him. News reporters are asking live what happened to Mr. Jekyll. Why was Mr. Jekyll not in the house, and why was Utterson alone? Did Mr. Jekyll die in this house on the accident? But after we have occasionally noticed in this footage, what we can tell about is that Utterson and Dr. Jekyll both left the house. We do not know where this creature came from or where Dr. Jekyll had gone from inside the house, and we can honestly say that no one knows for sure. But what is for sure known is that Jekyll left the house unharmed, as well with Mr. Utterson. As far as we're concerned, the man inside was not considered dangerous, but we do advise people to stay away from this house until we can confirm so otherwise. This is AMZ News bringing you live broadcast. And on other sides of the news today, why was Utterson and Dr. Jekyll meeting in such a strange place? Why did Utterson actually go into a room by himself alone? News reporters are still trying to get live broadcasts with these men. Both these men being very strange after the conversations inside of the house. Utterson would not speak to us. In fact, he struggled on home without saying a single word to any of our livecast news reporters. We have no idea why, and we are still trying to get reasoning on those. As for Dr. Jekyll, the man casually walked out of the house as if nothing had happened, and he left. We could not get any word out of him as well either. We have no idea what these strange cases are, whether or not the creature in the house is just a normal man, or whether or not it's something that is unnatural. We're still trying to investigate. We're trying to get into the house now. We'll see what we can find. This is AMZ News, though, bringing you back from London. Thank you.